I have so many blessings. There's no reason for me to feel this down. Look at everybody. How are they so happy? How can I be successful if I can't even get out of bed? If you have had anxiety or depression, you know because you have heard those kind of thoughts in your mind. Well, guess what? I have 5 really great tips that are from people who have been there, who have struggled with anxiety and depression, and they're really helpful. I'll have those next. Hi, I'm Heidi Tucker, award-winning inspirational author and speaker. Welcome here to the Pickled Sunflower, where we can come together and find hope. Whether you or whether a family member or a close friend has suffered from anxiety or depression, it can change your life. For that time where you're really having to deal with it, it changes your whole routine. I have absolutely been there. I have suffered from really chronic depression, and at the same time, I've had bouts of anxiety, and I still struggle with that every morning. Here are 5 incredible tips that will really help you to understand yourself if you're currently suffering, or to help understand and give guidance to those who are suffering around you. Number 1, you are absolutely not alone. This is a condition that can affect anybody, anywhere, under any circumstances. So don't believe that thought that says to you that you are the only one that could be feeling like this and that somehow you are just not strong enough. That is an absolute lie. Number 2, what you are feeling is real and it matters. You matter. Those feelings that you're going through are real and they just need to be addressed in a certain way to help you pull yourself out of that. But it's real. Don't ever kid yourself into thinking that this isn't really happening. It is real and there is real help for you. Number 3, give yourself a break. Physically, that might mean taking one of the days off on the weekend where you don't have to do all of the things that you normally had scheduled in your life. Give yourself a break emotionally. That means be patient with yourself. If you are feeling like there is absolutely no way out, trust me, there is. There is a way out, and you are going to be feeling like your old self and actually even better. Don't rob yourself of finding happiness. This is a really gradual, slow process in sort of coming back. And so don't feel like it needs to be a light switch. Well, I've started therapy and I'm still not feeling better, or I've started this new medication and I'm not seeing a difference, in 3 days or something. It takes a while. It's a process. It's not like flicking a switch. So be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself. What you're going through is really difficult. We all understand that, those of us who are in your army and have been there before. Be kind to yourself. Ultimately, you will crawl out of this trench. And guess what? You're gonna have a new, beautiful gift to use to make a difference in the world because you've been someplace that was really, really hard. Now you're going to be able to talk about it. At some point in the future, you can use that empathy and use that perspective to go out into the world and change people's lives and to serve. Okay, number 4, change up your routine. That's easier said than done when you're in the depths of depression or anxiety. I recognize that. But we've got to get ourselves up off the couch, right? Or out of bed, because nothing good is going to happen there. So we've got to force ourselves to get up. We need to have our bodies moving. That is so helpful. Whether it's just taking a walk up and down your street, going to get the mail every day, instead of driving in your car. Find ways to get yourself moving, whatever that looks like. Changing up your routine can be in a kind of a drastic way too. When I was in the worst, lowest part of my depression years ago, I had the opportunity, someone said to my husband, "Can you guys go over and get my other car for me over in Vegas?" And so he said to me, "Let's ask 2 friends to go. Let's drive over, get the car, come back." That was enormous for me to think about, right? It was absolutely overwhelming. And I thought to myself, I can't do it. I won't be able to stop crying. I just wanted to hunker down and stay in my safe house, close to my bedroom. But I did that. I took an extra step. I mentioned it to my therapist and she said, "You need to go." So I took a really brave step and I went. And that was actually the turning point for my recovery back. from that really low point. For some reason, getting out and getting into the sunshine and doing different patterns throughout the day triggered something in my mind. And when I came back, I still had a little bit of a struggle and I had to go through some things and I still got some therapy. Overall, that was an amazing thing for me to change up my routine in a drastic way. That was, don't get me wrong, I mean, that was super uncomfortable and it was really hard for me, but I did it. And I now look back and see it as a major turning point. Finally, number 5, write a gratitude list. That again seems oversimplified, but so many of us who have been there, we don't feel the gratitude when we're in those dark places, but we do have gratitude and we can think back and write down those things on days that are maybe better than others. Make a list of blessings in your life and look at that every single day. When I'm in the depths and when I'm going through some really hard times, often what's on my list and what are in my prayers are things like I'm grateful for a pillow that is soft and is under my head. I realize that not everyone in the world has a pillow, right? I'm grateful for a blanket. I can be grateful for hot water, that I'm able to take a hot shower. And so, depending where you are, there's always things that you can be grateful for. And those blessings need to be written down and they need to be looked at every single day. Maybe you can even say them out loud to yourself so that you do see positive in your day. These are all tips from others who have been there. We all know we've been there with you if you're currently suffering. Trust us. Trust us that there are brighter days ahead for you. I am an example of that. I have been in really dark places where I was searching for dark rooms and corners and things where I could curl up in the fetal position and just stay there, because I was shutting down. There are brighter days ahead. I promise you that. Stay in your body and fight. You can do this. Get professional help. There are really good therapists out there that have all kinds of exercises that you can do with your mind to sort of get back that positivity. I'm a big fan of medication if needed. I really love the combination. I've seen that work in my own family and with close friends before. That combination of a little bit of medication and some really good therapy can do wonders. You have the opportunity not only to come back to be the person that you were before you had this episode of anxiety or depression, but you have the opportunity to be even better because you're stronger because of where you've been, and you now have a new gift to go forward and really make a difference in the lives of others. God bless you on your journey through this. It's difficult, but please remember, above all else, you are never, ever alone. We'll see you here next time on The Pickled Sunflower.